Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Greer Industries, improving people's lives for more than a century.
I got you your latest on Thursday. Yesterday in Charleston, high is 76, average for that, low at 47, handful below average for the low, peak wind gusts of 40 miles per hour. And we had some severe thunderstorms impact the state yesterday. Now today, a lot of clouds and no risk of thunderstorms. A few light showers here and there are possible with a northwest wind flow. Just enough rain in Charleston catching the gauge for a number yesterday, 0.04 of an inch. We have that departing low well to our east, cloudy to mostly cloudy, and later for the afternoon and evening. Northwest wind flow, some light, spotty rain showers are possible in some of the high elevation spots east. Some strong northwest gusts between 20 and 30 miles per hour are possible locally there. Fly theater forecast, it starts at home. Looking at some select cities here. Atlanta near 74 today. Warming up into the middle 80s, near 86 on Saturday. From Panhandle to Panhandle, cooler temps, 50s to near 60, low chance of a shower, northwest moderate winds, and then clearing skies tonight with lows around 40 degrees. To the east, some gusty northwest winds still noticed out here. Some lower temps to the west in the mid-40s, to the east high near 60 with cloud cover, and lows in the 40s with decreasing clouds overnight tonight. From east to west, gustier winds to the east, to the west, highs in the 60s with some partly sunny skies working in. Some lows middle upper 30s in eastern areas of the state and up in elevation. Southern areas near the low to mid 60s to the west, Huntington heavy near 65. Lows in the upper 30s to low 40s overnight. Mostly cloudy, 63 in Charleston. Still monitoring 2 chances of rain and storms in the forecast Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, ending Sunday. Then we get much hotter, increasing humidity, 95 Monday, 95 Tuesday, near record heat, and showers and storms potentially likely Tuesday night into Wednesday.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
News from across the state. This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law, with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and Metro News' Dave Allen.
Welcome into a Thursday edition of Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour. Stephanie, Paulie, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. We'll get to Open Line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. 1-800-765-TALK or text 304-TALK-304. It's Metro News Midday.
Metro News Midday is presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com. Join in by calling 800-765-8255 or text 304-TALK-304. Let's go live to downtown Charleston. Here's Dave Allen.
Welcome into the show. Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. One step away from the weekend, one day away. It is tomorrow. Reminder, I'm going to be on vacation next week. Be kind to whoever sits in this chair. Amanda, of course, will be here, but whoever handles the 2 to 3 part, be kind to them. Be kind to them as you are to me. I say that tongue-in-cheek from some of the texters sometimes. I'm kidding. I'll be back the day after Memorial Day. On the program, on Memorial Day, we'll be doing a best of show. We started this yesterday. This is the beauty of live radio. We started talking about this yesterday. It's the annual Run for the Wall. It began yesterday in Ontario, California, and it's going to wind its way to the nation's capital with a lane, with the wreath lane ceremony on May 23rd at Tomb of the Unknowns at Arlington National Cemetery. And we're talking about motorcycle riders from all over the country, perhaps all over the world, have come in for this thing. And they're going to be riding. A bunch of them are going to be going to the nation's capital. They are going to be stopping in Nitro next Wednesday night, and they'll have a little ceremony there, and they'll bed down there before they head back out. So yesterday we were talking to Todd Taylor, who was one of those that pulled out from Ontario, California. We got about 5 or so minutes into the interview, and we lost him because he's actually riding the motorcycle in California. I'm hoping we have him now. Todd, good afternoon, and welcome back to the show.
Good morning, Dave. I'll say good afternoon to you all, but I'm about 3 hours behind you right now.
Well, good morning and good afternoon and hello. All right, so where are you right now, Todd?
So right now we're just pulled into Holbrook, Arizona. heart of the Navajo Nation. So we are on our way, just pulled off the interstate, and we are driving through the town, and all of the town folk are out right now. We just passed by pretty much every kid from elementary to high school is out on the streets waving us in, showing their support to us.
And this is one of those really cool things about this. And I know that when you guys are in West Virginia next week, and you rotate when you're in West Virginia between Nitro and between Hurricane, that the amount of community support, I know what it is in Nitro and what it is in Taze Valley and Hurricane. And you guys get this pretty much the entire road from California all the way to D.C.
Yeah, Dave, if it wasn't for our state coordinators and the volunteers that start working for next year's run, like right now, they coordinate our stops, the thousands upon thousands of volunteers that cook us breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We don't pay for a single meal on this route, Dave. Everything is donated, because they're not, maybe these people aren't able to ride their motorcycles across the country showing their support, but they fuel us, they feed us, to show their support in these communities. So they just open their arms to us every single day.
Now, Todd, for those who may not have been listening yesterday when we started doing the interview and when we lost cell service, explain to everybody again the whole concept behind this and what it is that you're doing.
So Run for the Wall was started in 1989 by a Vietnam veteran. He got tired of the way the country and the population were treated, the Vietnam veterans. And, his main goal was to never forget the ones that made the ultimate sacrifice for our country, or the ones that are still missing in action to this day. Dave, him and about 20 other riders started, on the West Coast and rode without a plan across the country. Word started traveling east as, and these communities welcomed these crusty old bikers into, to show their support. And this was in 1980. This is in 1989, Dave, and it's just grown from there.
And how many? Explain how again. We covered some of this yesterday, but some people may not have been listening when we lost you there. So explain how the route goes, because you have people that kind of go in different directions. I mean, not different directions, but I mean, everybody comes from different areas. Talk about that.
Right. So we start in Ontario, California. There's about 1,000 of us on motorcycles, and we're split up among 3 different routes. We have a central route, a midway route, and a southern route. And it's pretty much evenly spaced between the routes. And right there at day 9 and day 10, we all converge back into Washington, D.C. on Friday before Memorial Day. We all meet back up.
Now, I don't really know a lot about you personally, but you're a West Virginia guy, right?
Yes, sir. I live up past Montgomery right now in Mount Carbon. And I've been in West Virginia my whole life. And, I got introduced to the Central Route as they came in. Remember back in 2016, the big flood that basically destroyed Raynell. Mm-hmm. That is one of our schools that we sponsor. We give it, we make donations to them. And a couple of the Central Route people found out that Raynell pretty much got wiped out. So they, as a route, organized thousands upon thousands of dollars and made donations. We had a coat drive for the kids, and they donated probably 400 or 500 coats so these kids could have warm clothes in the wintertime. And that's when I got started with the Central Route.
I've said this before, and I'm not a rider myself, but in my radio career, I've done several events with motorcyclists. You guys and gals are some of the most giving people I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, pretty much every penny that we fundraise, we give back to the communities. It's not about us; it's about the communities that we serve. And as long as our mission gets out, that's the only reason we ride, is to remember those that can't.
And we can hear the horns blowing in the background there in Arizona, where you are right now. What's the weather like where you are right now? Because we talked about that a little bit yesterday.
Right now it's about 85 degrees. We're still kind of in the desert, but it's a beautiful sunshiny day here going down the road.
Well, I can tell you that I was talking to Metro News meteorologist Brian Hughes a little bit earlier. You guys probably have all sorts of weather on these things. You've seen it all in the years that you've done this, right? Because you won't be in West Virginia this early, but I think by Sunday and Monday we're going to be in the upper 90s here. Hopefully, when you roll in, you'll have some cooler temperatures. But you guys are like impervious to the weather, right? Because you've seen it all over the years.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, you see our route, we go up north toward Denver. and cut across, and we have woken up to 4 to 5 inches of snow on the ground, and miraculously the roads are completely dry. And like I was telling you a story yesterday about we'll do the Paul Harvey the rest of the story.
Well, this is about where we lost you yesterday, Todd, I believe. So go ahead and start it again.
So we were in Oakley, Kansas for our lunch stop, and we were headed toward our overnight stop in Junction City. And we actually got hit with an EF3 tornado in the middle of Kansas. It was probably one of the scariest things I've ever been through, because in Kansas there's no place to hide.
Yeah, I mean, we've had tornadoes here, and what you're a West Virginia guy. We have had tornadoes here, but we always say we got mountains and we got other things here that that protect us a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, and we all got broken up. Luckily nobody had any major accidents. We kept going. We didn't stop because we couldn't stop. But, we made it to our gas stop that evening or afternoon, and, the road guards, the ones that protect the pike, they block the intersections and make everybody mad when we stop traffic. But we went out and we led them all back, because, Dave, that's one of our core tenets. We don't leave anyone behind.
Mm-hmm.
So we got everybody back together and made it into Junction City, albeit about 5 hours late, but we continued on with our mission.
So what is this particular town, and where are you again in Arizona right now, Todd? What city?
So we are in Holbrook, Arizona.
Did I say New Mexico? I meant to say Arizona. If I said New Mexico, but go ahead.
Yeah, Holbrook, Arizona. But we're getting ready to pull into the American Legion Navajo Post 37. They have a special ceremony for us. They have Native American dancers. They feed us a wonderful Arizona meal. I mean, the Navajo Nation just shows their complete and utmost respect to us, because they are proud people, Dave.
Well, what's on the menu? What's on the table? Because I'm a food guy. You said that they're going to feed you a wonderful meal. What are we having?
So normally in the past years, they have all sorts of their burritos, pretty much any type of authentic Mexican food you had. But Dave, I am a proponent of the Navajo fry bread.
Okay.
If you have never had their fry bread, it's kind of like a deep-fried tortilla, and it's kind of puffy like a pita bread, and it is absolutely amazing.
You can take the boy out of West Virginia, but you can't take the West Virginia out of the boy, because you go in there and go, I need something fried, please. Do you have something with lard? I'll take that. Do you have any pinto beans? Can you get pinto beans and cornbread or biscuits and gravy or anything like that out there?
Well, one thing, they don't serve refried beans here. It is actually a pinto bean. It's an amazing meal that we have here. You got to be watch out for the spice, because it's definitely got some spice to it.
No, that's nothing wrong with that in my mind. All right, so you're going to be leaving. Where you're there now, and you'll hit the road again tomorrow, I guess. Where will you end up? What's your next stop?
So tonight after lunch, we get gas, and then we will end up in Gallup, New Mexico this evening.
Okay. All right. And then again, you're going to be in Nitro next Wednesday night, and I know there's going to be a lot of things going on there before. And then from Nitro, you'll actually go to the West Virginia State Capitol. You'll leave about 8 o'clock. You're going to be spending some time at the West Virginia Vietnam Memorial Wall, which is housed inside the Nitro History and Wars Museum. And then the next morning at 8, you take off and you go to the State Capitol. And I understand that there's going to be about 350 Nitro Elementary School students that are going to be reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't thank Joe Stevens enough. He's the all things media guy in Nitro, and he's the one that coordinates all this news media and everything. And that's what we need, Dave. We need people that just to get the word out. And it's just a pleasure for me to get our mission out and just talk to everybody about it.
I just wondered. I know you got things you got to do. We'll let you go, but I just wonder in this world of digital and everybody's on social media and so on and so forth. Do you have somebody along that's kind of that people can log on, maybe on a YouTube channel or something, and follow you guys along?
Yeah, we're on Facebook at RFTW. We actually have a YouTube page, RFTW. And then last year we started a podcast. So we're in the second season of our podcast. We, the social media director and the public information director, they interview various parts of the route, describe their different positions and everything. And that has seemed to be a hit, because not everybody knows about us. And it's about an hour-long podcast. It's video. So, yeah, rftw.us is our website. Anything you need to know about the Run for the Wall is on that website.
All right. Todd, we'll let you get and try some of that. What was that bread again you were talking about? The Navajo?
Navajo fry bread.
Navajo fry bread. If nothing else, it'd be a great name for a band. I'll say that. So
yeah, that's great. I'll tell you what. I'll put a piece in aluminum foil, and I'll try to get it to you. It'll last till next Thursday, probably.
Well, unfortunately, I'll have to have you send it to me because I'm going to be out of town next week. I'm not going to be able to join you guys in Nitro. Our stations will be there, though. Several of the WVRC media stations based out of Charleston will be there to greet you next week. I'm going to miss you this year, but I'll get you next year. Hey, Todd, have fun out there and especially be safe. And I know everybody's going to be looking forward to seeing you guys next week when you hit West Virginia. Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks, Dave, so much. And on another note, congratulations into your induction in the Hall of Fame. I know it's been many years of hard work,
right.
And I just wanted to be one of the first to congratulate you on your accomplishment.
Apparently, everybody knew about it but me, so that's what I'm learning here today. So, thanks a lot.
Even I knew about it, Dave.
Well, so there you go, and you're eating Navajo deep fried bread somewhere right now, and you knew about it. I didn't. I'm sitting in Charleston. Thanks a lot, Todd. Man, be safe. We'll talk soon.
Bye, Dave.
All right, thank you. And again, so this started out with about 1,000 motorcycles in Ontario, California yesterday, and they have all these stops along the way. They're going to eventually end up in West Virginia next Wednesday, and they'll about 5 o'clock. And now when I say about 5 o'clock, they ain't no about to it, okay? These guys are on time, and they'll roll into Nitro next week about actually it's like 5:15, and they'll line up on the 2nd Avenue in Nitro's Living Memorial Park, and they'll have a little ceremony there. They'll get to visit the West Virginia Vietnam Memorial Wall, which is inside the Nitro History and Wars Museum, and then they'll leave at 8 that next morning, and they'll head to the state capitol. And then they will then head eventually out to D.C. They'll arrive on Friday night, and then they actually make the walk to the wall there for Memorial Day. And I can't imagine what that is like. To have ridden that far. I mean, I don't ride motorcycles, so I can only imagine what it's like to have done this. And along the way, to see the support that these people have, and the fact that they're not just out there riding, they're contributing to the communities where they stay. Every community where they bed down, they do something for that community, which is one of the things that I think is really, really cool. So you may want to follow them, as he said, on Facebook or on YouTube. Great thing. I mean, if you've never seen it, and I've been a part of it for many years when they have when they come to Nitro and also into Tays Valley, when you see 1,000 motorcycles all coming in at one time, and usually the fire departments have the giant flags raised, and then they get there, they do a word of prayer, the Pledge of Allegiance, so on and so forth. It's truly a moving moment. It is 2:22 on a Thursday afternoon. Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. We will get to Open Line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. Nothing but your calls and text. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. We'll take a break and come back after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? A lot of times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Calva Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Looking for a show that talks about everything? You found it.
By the way, I'm really happy to talk about this as opposed to Ryan's opinion that being a sports fan is a bad thing.
He said that it kept him from being stressed about it, not that it was a bad thing, that they didn't have the stress. And, I mean, I've seen you pace.
Yeah, you're only 30 and you look like that.
So true. So
Join Dave Weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Council.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota.
Welcome back to the show. It is Metro News Midday powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Open line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour, 1-800-765-TALK. That is the phone number. You can text 304-TALK-304. Again, tomorrow. I don't know where my co-host comes up with these ideas sometimes. We spent an entire month during Lenten season talking about fish fries. So I guess, well, actually, I know where the idea came from. We were talking about poll workers in West Virginia and how I made the statement. The one thing about poll workers, it's a long day on Election Day, but you'll never starve to death because in my former life working for the West Virginia Secretary of State's office, I visited a bunch of polling locations, probably easily 100 or so on Election Day, easily. And I can tell you that I noticed that you won't starve to death because there's always food. It's not just pizzas. The ones that have a community center, they have a kitchen. There's pinto beans. There's stews of all kinds. So Amanda gets this idea that she wants to do a lunch spot segment tomorrow on crockpot food. I think she's a crackpot wanting to talk about crockpots, but that's another story. So I don't know exactly how this is going to work. I don't know, but tomorrow she wants to spend the 1 o'clock hour talking about crockpot recipes. So I'm assuming we'll be taking phone calls on that. I don't know. But anyway, drop us an email if you want to participate one way or the other, whatever the format is, midday at WVMetroNews.com, midday at WVMetroNews.com, or you can reach out to either Amanda or myself on social media, Dave Allen Radio on Facebook or at DaveA70 on X, and the Lunchbot segment will be coming up tomorrow. Metro News Midday is heard all over the great state of West Virginia on great radio stations like WSLW in White Sulphur Springs, WKKX and WVLY in Wheeling, WEPM Martinsburg, WAJR in Morgantown, WKLP in Kaiser, WVW in Logan, WKMZ Clarksburg, WD&E in Elkins, WJLS in Beckley, and our flagship here in Charleston, WCHS. And I'll tell you, big shout out to my man, we call him Soup in the company, Jeff Campbell, who operates, doesn't operate, but he helps, he runs, does play-by-play, whatever it is that Campbell does, in Greenbrier County and those stations down there. And he sent me a picture over the weekend. Apparently, we are Amanda and I are on a giant billboard down there promoting Metro News Midday because we're on the air down there again at WSLW, which is in White Sulphur Springs. But apparently, 4 locations in Greenbrier County that we are on a giant billboard down there promoting Metro News Midday on their station down there. So if you want, I know that when you drive by and you see this giant image of myself and Amanda Barron, you're probably going to pull over and take a look at it and want to take pictures of it and say, my God, that's a good-looking man. That's probably what's going to happen. I'm just saying. And I say that very, very tongue-in-cheek. But, again, thanks to our man, Jeff Campbell, for sending the picture of the billboard. I've done a lot of things in broadcasting. I don't think I've ever been on a billboard before. I know that many people have, but I've never been on a billboard. So thanks for pointing that out and sending it to me, Jeff. I do appreciate it. I'd appreciate talking to you after the bottom of the hour break on Open Line West Virginia, 1-800-765-TALK, or you can text 304-TALK 304, 1-800-765-TALK, or text 304-TALK 304. Metro News Midday powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. We'll take a break and come back after this. And now we'll go to the Metro News anchor desk for a check of local news. You're listening to Midday on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia. Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Greer Industries, improving people's lives for more than a century.
I got you your latest on Thursday. Yesterday in Charleston, high is 76. Average for that, low at 47. Handful below average for the low. Peak wind gusts of 40 miles per hour. And we had some severe thunderstorms impact the state yesterday. Now today, a lot of clouds and no risk of thunderstorms. A few light showers here and there are possible with a northwest wind flow. Just enough rain in Charleston catching the gauge for a number yesterday, 0.04 of an inch. We have that departing low well to our east, cloudy to mostly cloudy, and later for the afternoon and evening. Northwest wind flow, some light, spotty rain showers are possible in some of the high elevation spots east. Some strong northwest gusts between 20 and 30 miles per hour are possible locally there. Fly Theater forecast, it starts at home. Looking at some select cities here. Atlanta, near 74 today. Warming up into the middle 80s, near 86 on Saturday. From Panhandle to Panhandle, cooler temps, 50s to near 60. Low chance of a shower. Northwest moderate winds, and then clearing skies tonight with lows around 40 degrees. To the east, some gusty northwest winds still noticed out here. Some lower temps to the west in the mid-40s, to the east high near 60 with cloud cover, and lows in the 40s with decreasing clouds overnight tonight. From east to west, gustier winds to the east, to the west highs in the 60s with some partly sunny skies working in. Some lows middle upper 30s in eastern areas of the state and up in elevation. Southern areas near the low to mid 60s to the west, Huntington heavy at near 65. Lows in the upper 30s to low 40s overnight. Mostly cloudy, 63 in Charleston. Still monitoring 2 chances of rain and storms in the forecast Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, ending Sunday. Then we get much hotter, increasing humidity, 95 Monday, 95 Tuesday, near record heat, and showers and storms potentially likely Tuesday night into Wednesday.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
I always said I was going to move to a mountain in Tucker County, but probably going to put a data center on it, so I got to find a new plan.
Oh, you did not.
Oh, I did. Told you I was a little grumpy today.
Oh, man, you got some zingers today, Dave. I love it.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com. With Metro News Hotline, if it's trending, it's probably here.
And then the other thing, his last name is one of those weird Norwegian names where they have 2 vowels that slam into each other. It's like the A and the E are like cemented into each other.
You're like the 12th Dave that works here. What do you think people from Norwegian think about that?
That is fair.
Join Dave Weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on Metro News Television.
This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com.
Welcome back to the show. It is 27 minutes now before the hour of 3 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. It's Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit SalangoLaw.com. Ryan Nicholson and Stephanie Pauly are our producers today. Open line West Virginia, 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. I'm only going to say one thing about this, and we'll move on. I do want to, again, say thank you to my coworkers, Amanda Barron and Stephanie Pauly. I think they were the main two behind this thing that they came in. And I kind of suspected something was up because Amanda, just a little inside baseball here. When we have a guest that comes in studio, we put him in the green room. And normally during the commercial breaks, either Amanda or myself, I say, okay, I'll go get the guest or I'll go do it. And normally Amanda is always on her phone because she's working 2 jobs and doing about 10 things at both of those jobs. And you know, I don't have anything going on. So I'll say, I'll go get them. And so it was Tom from the Radio and Television and Museum of Technology there in Huntington, which is where the Broadcasting Hall of Fame is. And so I get up. I said, okay, I'll go get Tom. And Amanda yells at me. And she's like, no, I'll get it. You need to rest your legs. And I said, okay. And then as I looked out in the hall, I saw this whole line of people, coworkers from our stations here, V100 and Superstar Country KWS and you know all the stations and the office staff and the sales weasels and the whole deal out there like lined in the hallway. And I'm thinking, okay, I think something is up here because we got the guy from the Broadcasting Hall of Fame scheduled on the show. We normally in our emails and our planning have who as much information as we can. So it'll be, Tom from the Broadcasters Hall of Fame on the inductees. Here are the inductees. And my sheet was blank, and there were no names on it. And then when Tom came in, he said, I brought a copy. Amanda, here's yours, and Dave, here's yours. And then all these people start filing in the studio, and I see my wife there too, and I think, okay, I've been had. But so again, I'm not the only one going in. Jim Dameron, Susan Nicholas, Randy Yohe, Michelle Christ, who is retiring, by the way, as the president of the West Virginia Broadcasters Association, Alan Dye, and Will Shoemate from down in Beckley. So the ceremony itself will be October 27th. I guess between now and then I've got to come up with some sort of a speech to give. And I got to go hit up my man Tony the Taylor and probably get some new duds. But again, thank you to my coworkers here. I've been at WVRC Media Charleston for nearly 6 years. I've got to look at the calendar and see what the exact date was. But for 6 years, later this month, I've been with this company. I've been in radio a total of 38 years. I meant what I said when I said I've never really worked for a bad company. I've worked with some incredible people over the years, and it's truly an honor for me to be inducted into the West Virginia Broadcasters Hall of Fame. And in the meantime, then I got a show to do, so I won't talk about it anymore much. I was really hoping there'd be a sash. But I haven't gotten one yet. 1-800-765-TALK. That's the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Right on cue. Let's get to the Trump text. Actually, they're not all about Trump today. Text says, Dave and Amanda, has anyone heard from Chris Pritt since the election? It appears he made no comment publicly or on social media, and his campaign page has vanished. Would like to hear if he's ashamed of how badly his nasty campaign failed. Well, if you were listening during the 12 o'clock hour, we interviewed Senator Tom Takubo, who was Chris Pritt's opposition. And, of course, Takubo was the independent, and voters chose him on Election Day. I did pose the question to Tom Takubo. I said, did you hear from Chris Pritt? And he said that Mr. Pritt, who was a former delegate and also ran for West Virginia Secretary of State at one point, he did say that Chris called him and I guess left a message or something like that. So But no, to answer your question, have I heard from? No, I haven't. I have not. And again, when you say, would like to hear if he's ashamed of how badly his nasty campaign he failed? Let's keep in mind a couple things here. Okay, a lot of the nastiness came from out of state PACs, and this wasn't the only race. There were several that was involved in. However, for me, again, throwing no shade on Chris Pritt, who I've known and interviewed over the years, good guy. I would have liked to have heard some, not just Mr. Pritt, but some of these others to step up and say, "Hey, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with this being put out. I mean, I want to beat my opponent, but I'm not going to, I denounce that, or that wasn't me. That doesn't stand for what I believe." I'd like to have seen several of these people stand up against those, not just Chris, but some of the others too, and didn't hear any that did. So there you go. We will remember this, ? Who does he think he is? Sarah Stark, everyone that won was because of the voters. Try and remember that, says a texter. That was in reference to House Speaker Roger Henshaw, who, among other things, said that about the election, that we will remember this, says a texter. Text says, on Steak and Shake in West Virginia, I can only think of two. I actually looked it up. There's one in Barboursville and one in Morgantown. So, yes, there are. If the Google machine is correct, there are two in West Virginia, one in Barboursville and one in the Morgantown area. Tex said, agree with what you said, Dave. Some wins and some losses for Governor Morrissey. These social issues are such a non-factor, and as a Republican, I really wish candidates would get away from it, says the texter. Let's see here. Text. Tom Takubo's commercial ads crack me up. At the start, his commercial ads for his conservative values was because he had two daughters. Then, towards the end, his commercial ads, and it says 2 daughters and a son. Like the son was forgotten during the early days of the campaigning while they were focusing on how conservative he is against trans people, says the texter. Text says, didn't eat Steak and Shake before, definitely won't now that they're pushing MAGA, bottom feeders, feeding bottom feeders, gross. So that's the text. Amanda, for what it's worth, says that the chili Steak and Shake is very good. I have not had that. Text said, heard on the radio that Mon County has been flipped to Republican. Red wave, baby. Yeah, we talked about that. There are now just a couple of counties. Hoppy mentioned it. And as he said, and they're in your country, Dave. That's the only Democratic majority counties. Logan, Boone, Mingo, and McDowell, I believe, are the only ones left. And look, let me tell you something about the home county, Logan. It won't be long there, because just about every office holder in Logan County is Republican. And that is absolutely unthinkable to me as someone who was a registered Republican from day one when I registered, when I turned 18. There were no Republicans. And I eventually switched my party to Democrat because I wanted to have someone to vote for. And now, I mean, I don't know which one of those counties is going to be next, but it won't be long till Logan's going to flip. And so they're holding on. They're holding on. But unless I am incorrect, I think all of the office holders in Logan County, except for one that I'm aware of, they're all Republican. Most of them were Democrats, but they changed to Republican. Text says, fast food is different in Europe and Canada because of regulations, those things that Dr. Steak and Shake is vehemently opposed to. Also, Dr. Steak, I like the name. Dr. Steak and Shake segment sounds awfully like a Joe Rogan segment, not in a good way. How much is the new Steak and Shake food? It's already like $15 per meal. I can't imagine how expensive the healthy fast food will be. Text says, been following this Mingo County State Trooper murder trial closely. This guy that just looks evil. Talking about the accused in that case. Text says, why is it so hard to get election totals? I don't know. I mean, I had somebody, a friend called me last night and was asking about some things in Boone County, and I pointed him directly to the Secretary of State's website, and there they were, county by county. 243, 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, e-motos and e-bikes are different. E-bikes have pedals. E-motos don't have pedals. E-bikes go max 28 miles per hour. E-motos go up to 65 plus, says a texter. Text says, you've heard of rhinos, Republicans in name only. Patrick Morrissey and his hand-picked political minions are winos, West Virginians in name only. 2:43, we'll take a break and come back after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
I always said I was going to move to a mountain in Tucker County, but probably going to put a data center on it, so I got to find a new plan.
Oh, you did not.
Oh, I did. Told you it's a little grumpy today.
Oh, man, you got some zingers today, Dave. I love it.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Welcome back to the show. 13 away from 3 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Text said, should have asked your Maha guest why we don't have a steak and shake in Charleston. Well, I think he's doing an interview with Amanda, I heard her say, in her little TV world. So I'll have to have her, or we'll have it back on again. Text says, going to miss you while you're on vacation. Bring back Hoppy. Says, well, look, if Mr. Kercheval wants to dust off the headphones, he's more than welcome to. Of course, he's on. Well, we had him on earlier today, and he's on, does Three Guys, of course, and he's on Talkline from time to time. He did a couple of appearances on the Metro News coverage of the election results the other night. So, but Mr. Kirchhoff, your public is calling. So if you'd like to come back, I'm sure that can be arranged. 1-800-765-TALK, but you can't have it permanently because I am coming back. 1-800-765-TALK or text 304-TALK-304. Text says, congratulations, Dave, on your awesome, well-deserved induction into the West Virginia Broadcasters Hall of Fame. Have a great week off. Thank you. I will. Text says, my takeaway from the election, people on both sides simply aren't happy with the status quo, says a texter. Text says, that's kind of mean about Hoppy. The only thing that's fractured is Hoppy's reputation. He needs to ride off gracefully while he still can. And then they follow up by saying, congratulations, Dave, on the Hall of Fame. I appreciate that. Text says Republicans are a little too late to be bringing up rising utility rates and change in the PS and a change in the PSC. West Virginia citizens been trying to tell them to do something, and they wouldn't listen. See you in November, says the texter. Text, I'm glad we got a couple liberals in state Supreme Court. I see a little change coming our way. Text says, loved what the fire department people are doing to preserve history. That's a reference to, I had some guests on the local show in Charleston today by a gentleman by the name of Dylan Hackworth and his fiance. And it's really a fascinating story, and hopefully we'll have a story up on the website at some point. It's a gentleman who's involved with the volunteer fire department and emergency services in general here in Kanawha County, and he and his fiance are going around the state of West Virginia, and they are sitting down and talking with people, trying to get the history of fire departments and pictures and so on and so forth. And it was a great. His father and I are friends, so I didn't know the young man, but his father and I are acquaintances. Pretty decent friends. We became friends just recently, and so he's the one that actually turned me on to this project they're doing. And maybe I'll have him on midday to talk about it, because I think it's a great story what they're trying to do to try to preserve the history and getting some of the pictures from some of our emergency service folks around the state of West Virginia. Open line, West Virginia, 1-800-765-TALK or text 304-TALK-304. Text, so glad that the ugly ads are over. Now let's get the laws changed to outlaw them. I don't think that the ads need to be outlawed, okay? I am a First Amendment absolutist, okay? I think people have I kind of go along with Craig Blair on this, okay? I think that it should be documented who's paying for them, and who the people are behind. Saying it's Mountaineers United for Freedom Alliance Inc. or whatever company whatever name that they give themselves. I think it ought to be a little bit more than that. Text, Trump says he doesn't care about rising costs to American millionaires. Trying to tell incompetent. I'm sorry, texter. I can't read that. I don't know what it says. Text says, heard Chikubo on Talkline say that the candidates that he helped recruit were running for the right reasons. Who determines what's the right or wrong reason to run? Text, Trump starting to lose evangelical support, especially after the Jesus episode and attacking the Pope, says the texter. Why is it, says the texter, every time the Republicans tank the economy, the Democrats have to come to the rescue? Just look at where we are today. It's the worst I have ever seen, says a texter. Text, can we please stop talking about the election now? Well, I'm all for that. I'm all for it, but it's just 48 hours ago. This time, 48 hours ago, the polls were still open. We'll give it a little bit of a break, but there's still news coming out, and then we'll get ready for what is going to be happening in November. Text, why haven't we heard anything from the right-wingers on Trump wanting to take guns from pot smokers, gays, lesbians? His attorney in D.C. wants to take guns that cross into the state, says the texter. Text, Dave, I'm a person who quit voting 10 years ago when I realized that both sides are terrible and no one really cares about average working people. Well, that is unfortunate. You do you, but I think that's unfortunate. Text, I find the coverage of the local race candidates lacking. I ask everyone to vote, but I always hear back, I don't even know who's running. Sad. Well, that's on them. If people don't know who's running, that's not on us. I mean, we do our jobs. Text says, congrats, Dave. Hall of Fame election. You deserve it. And your first billboard. By the way, AB can make any thorn look like a rose. Keep up the good work. I enjoy listening to both your local and statewide shows. Thanks a lot. 2:54. We will wrap it up after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your App Store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? A lot of times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your App Store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
For a better us.
Welcome back to the show. We got about 3 minutes before the top of the hour. Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauling, Ryan Nicholson, who yesterday, Ryan, you'll appreciate this. I looked right through the glass at Matt Murphy, and I said, Ryan Nicholson is our producer today. I don't know how I did that. Hey, look who's here. The hearty laugh of one Dale Cooper.
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You're doing really well, man. I have something to give you. I thought that this would be appropriate for today. I made you some business cards because I think you need some appropriate business cards now.
Okay. All right. So
and I have a larger version that I'll hold up for the cameras where they can see. So this is the business cards that you can now give folks to announce that you're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there they are.
And so it's
I don't even know where the cameras are. I mean, I just hold it up to all the cameras.
So as you can see, I don't know if you can notice this or not, but you have your own personalized logo.
I got oh, okay.
And a marshmallow with 4 toothpicks coming out of
it. Because I said that's the way that I'm built, a marshmallow with 4 toothpicks.
And then we have the tribute to the great one at the bottom, of course, with woo. If people that listen to your local show knows that's one of the features of your intro to the local show here locally. So congratulations, man. I think you need to announce yourself now.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I wonder if we can get Ric Flair to come to the if you got $25,000, he'll go anywhere.
I mean, Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer, right?
There you go.
I mean, now he has to. I think.
I guess he does. But thank you very much because, I'm not going to keep talking about this, but you're the one that hired me here.
Hey, that's true.
Because it was COVID and nobody else wanted to go out of the house, and I'm like, I'll do it.
It's like the two of us sometimes. Yeah. Dave's down here doing that, and I'm upstairs.
But Coop, you're one of my bosses in this company. But you hired me for here, and I had a career before I came here, but I'm having so much fun here. I mean, I really am, and it's in part. This part of the fun's all because of you, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, you do a great job. Congratulations, dude.
All right, thank you. That show that you can hear him on and others coming up in just a bit. I'll see you tomorrow at noon for Metro News Midday. Till then, have fun and love somebody.